Hello, good morning. My name is Paul Sverre Hagen. I am Norwegian, and I am an actor. And the person I am very soon going to invite to the stage is an actor too, and a playwright. And I guess what's universal for all artists all over the world is that we want to create some kind of impact, an emotional impact or a spiritual impact or political impact. For me and my colleagues here in Norway, I mean, I can go on stage here and I can say right now pretty much anything I want. And the, greatest risk I risk is that I will make a fool of myself in front of you, which is not really that bad. I do not risk to go home after my performance and be taken away, locked up and tortured for what I've said. And I must say that I am so incredibly grateful when someone shows up to remind us and me of what we have, what we need to protect, and what we need to help support all over the world. Welcome to the stage, Silvanos Mudzvova. Here we go. We're supposed to pose for it.
That's it.
Thank you.
My name is Silvanos Mudzvova, and I am a performing arts activist from Zimbabwe. I'll start by giving you a little bit of information about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe got its independence in 1980, and we have been ruled by one president. I think more of you knows, Robert Mugabe, more than Zimbabwe. He is 93 years old now, and he's going to be contesting elections again next year at 94. The country has got one television station owned by the state, and it is catering for 14 million plus citizens who have actually lost faith in listening to it. They've actually lost faith in listening to the radio stations. And this is where I come in. I am an arts performing activist. I specialize in doing theater, representing or voicing the voices of the voiceless. I've been doing theater for development since 2002 when I graduated, and also working in conventional theaters. I have lost the count of the number of times that I've been arrested by the state, and during performances or after performances. And last year, I said to myself, the theater that I'm doing is actually not being recognized by the people it is supposed to be reaching. How best can I actually change this? And then I started doing what we call hit and run theater. Others would want to call it guerrilla theater. The difference is the same. So the president of the country openly admitted last year that the country lost 15 billion United States dollars of diamond revenue. 2 months later, nothing happened. No one was arrested, not even interrogated about it. The parliament was silent on this issue. I said to myself, how best can I actually contribute? I created a play titled Missing Diamonds. I went to the front of the parliament house and started performing as MPs were getting inside the parliament. Unfortunately, I was arrested 10 minutes later, together with 3 journalists who were covering the event. The journalists were later released, but I remained in cells, where I was threatened, assaulted, and threatened with disappearance, like what happened to a colleague of mine, Itai Zamara. He has been a friend since high school, but he was abducted on 9 March 2015, and he hasn't been seen since then. I thought, well, they always say that. Then, on 13 September, during the night, they came, knocked down my door, pointed AK-47 guns on my face. They took me 40 kilometers outside of Harare, where I was tortured, where I was electrocuted on my private parts, and later injected with something that has not been identified until today. I was hospitalized for 4 weeks, and I was operated on my stomach as the doctors wanted to reconstruct my intestines. As a result, when I came out, I was paralyzed on my left side. I started doing physiotherapy. But when I was in hospital, they rounded up 433 activists randomly and just put them in prison. Then I said to myself, how best can I contribute when I am in this state? Yes, I was paralyzed, but I still heard my voice for me, still being able to perform. I put prison uniform on my body, hand chains and leg irons, starting doing performance in the streets of Harare, moving towards parliament. In a country where unemployment rate is 95%, you are assured of an audience within minutes. When I go to parliament, I had this huge following. And when the MPs were getting in, they also become part and parcel of the performance. Shouting at the MPs, telling the MPs our problems. 2 days later, they started releasing the people one by one from prison. In a country like ours, anything can happen at any minute. 2 weeks later, I was now attending physiotherapy, but still limping. A scandal again erupted, whereby the Minister of Tertiary and Higher Education stole 500,000 on students' grants. This last time students received the grants was in 2000, and everybody was shocked that there is money for students. So the students were so angry. They come to me and said, we are planning to go to parliament tomorrow. You have got to be part and parcel of us. Despite that you are limping, we know your situation, but you have got to help us. I didn't have anything in my mind. So I said, corruption is dirty. It symbolizes dirty. I mixed sand and water and started putting it on my body as we marched towards the parliament. We go to parliament. We become the performers with the students and the other citizens. And when riot police wanted to arrest me, these students and the activists stood with me. They blocked them for the first time. I was not arrested whilst performing at parliament. So this clearly indicates that theater has got power. We have got power to provoke emotions and start debate immediately. So let me take this opportunity to say it has got consequences. I am now limping, and very soon I will start attending physiotherapy. I have not seen my family since the day that I was abducted. I am now an Artistic Protection Fund fellow at the University of Manchester. And let me take this opportunity to thank the Oslo Freedom Forum for recognizing the work that I have been doing. And also thank them for recognizing that there is a country called Zimbabwe. When I was coming here, when I announced on social media that I will actually be coming here, the message was simple from the activists in Zimbabwe. Remind the international community that there is a country called Zimbabwe. We know our problem has been going on for a long period of time, but don't put brakes on us. Continue supporting Zimbabwe. And I thank you very much for the award. Thank you.